My name is Nubia Sanchez, and I'm the School Relations Specialist from the Anza College. Hopefully this third time's a charm. I am so happy to be here with you guys, and I really appreciate your time. So De Anza is located in Cupertino. We are on the quarter system, just like our sister college, Foothill. We currently started our winter quarter, and we'll start our spring quarter in April. Our most popular quarter for our incoming freshmen is fall, and that usually starts at the end of September. So you guys can definitely feel free to apply to any quarter that you want to enroll in. It's totally up to you. Fall is usually our most popular quarter for our incoming freshmen. Okay, so De Anza is one of 116 community colleges in the entire state of California. Community college system is the largest system of higher education in the entire nation, and we educate over 2 million students throughout the entire 116 community colleges. You guys are actually really lucky. We have 16 community colleges in our area in Santa Clara County, starting in Gilroy all the way to Los Altos Hills, which is Foothill College, again, being our sister college. So you guys definitely have an opportunity to explore and look at different campuses, different college that really makes sense for you and has the major that you're looking for. De Anza College, along with the other community colleges, provides certificates and associate's degrees. I'll break down what that means in just a couple of slides. But we definitely prepare our students for transfer. If transfer is what you see yourself doing after community college, we definitely help you meet that goal. A lot of our students who come to De Anza do transfer out. We're definitely known for our transfer rates. Over 70% of our students transfer out to a four-year institution, whether that's a UC, a CSU, out of state, or a private school. We definitely can support you with that. And definitely community college is an affordable option for our students. I'll talk about our Promise program and later in our presentation, but it's definitely affordable, it's reliable, and we definitely give you the flexibility to explore different majors, different options for you. A lot of our students, or many students who come to community college, may not know what their major is going to be, or they're not ready to solidify a major just yet. And we're definitely give you the flexibility to explore different careers, different classes, take different courses in just different industries to help you narrow down that option. Whether you're, again, doing a certificate, an associate's degree, or transferring, De Anza is definitely there to support you in whatever endeavor you're looking out for. So who can attend De Anza College? Our admissions requirements are pretty basic. We require that you meet one of the following requirements, either that you have a high school diploma or a GED, or that you're at least 18 years of age or older. So if you graduate early, you're not 18, that's absolutely fine. As long as you have your high school diploma, then you're able to enroll on our campus. We also offer concurrent enrollment or dual enrollment for any student who is interested in taking classes early. You can definitely start taking classes now, or if, I think we have the majority of our audience are probably senior students, but if you're a freshman, a sophomore, or a junior, you can definitely still take classes on our campus and really get an idea of what it is to take, be a college student. If you're thinking of doing a four-year institution after high school, that's absolutely fine. You can also still do dual enrollment on our campus. You can register, take classes, and really use those credits to enhance your GPA, really start getting a head start on our campus and start accumulating college credit, college courses. Once you graduate high school and you decide to enroll on our campus full-time, then those credits will be there waiting for you, and you can continue your college education. One quarter class on our campus is equivalent to a whole year in high school. So a lot of students who are in high school now, some popular classes that they take is like a foreign language to meet A through Gs, or high school graduation requirements, maybe an art class. You're now able to take PE courses on our campus as well. So it's definitely a great opportunity for our students, our high school students. The courses are free. However, you are responsible for paying for any class material. So if you wanted to do dual enrollment, even as a senior now, you can still do it during the summer, or even during our spring quarter, which again starts in April. You can definitely reach out to me or reach out to your counselors, and we can help you navigate that process. Okay, so throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat box. Since I'm on presenter mode, I won't be able to see your message, but your counselors can definitely help support that and help ask those questions. Or at the end, that's also fine as well. Okay. So steps for enrollment for our new students. The first step is you want to apply. Our application is free on our website. It's about a 20-30 minute general application. You go to deanza.edu and apply on register now, and it'll launch the application. Now for our senior students who are interested in applying for either summer or fall, the application will be available and will be live starting April 1st. However, we are partnering with local high schools, and we've done it in the past with both Los Altos and Mountain View, where we set up application and enrollment, all our enrollment workshops, so that we can support you and ensure that you're completing these enrollment steps. So I'm sure that we will be coordinating those with your counselor soon. And we can definitely make sure that you have these workshops set up on your campus. So again, you apply online. The applications are free. On the application, it is really important that you report your unweighted GPA, as well as your highest math and English class that you have completed in high school. This is so that we can recommend math and English courses for your first quarter on our campus. So it's really important that you do that. In the past, we used to require that students complete a placement test or an assessment test. We no longer do that. So instead, again, on the application, you will report your unweighted GPA, your highest math and English class completed with your highest grade, and we will use this information to recommend courses, math and English specifically, for your fall semester or your fall quarter, your first quarter on our campus. That is step number one. As well, on the application, you want to make sure, this is very important, that you declare a major and a goal. You just basically want to let us know, hey, my goal is to transfer. I want an associate's degree. I'm here to do a certificate. This is my goal on your campus, as well as a major. Don't worry about your goal and your major if they're not completely solidified. You can always update that, but it's important that you declare that so that you can get priority registration. And I'll talk about what priority registration means in just a minute. But the second step is, after you apply, you receive your De Anza ID number, you want to complete orientation. This is also a workshop that we can provide on your campus, obviously, virtually now. But during orientation, you will actually be meeting with our counselors to complete an educational plan. They'll help you explore your portal. They'll talk about a transfer. They'll help you search for classes. They'll show you how to navigate, our entire De Anza system. So it's really important that you complete these two steps along with an educational plan, which will essentially be your guide for registering for classes for your first quarter on our campus. Completing the application and an orientation along with an educational plan will give you priority registration. So what this means is that once registration opens, all our students register at different times on our campus. So once the registration is open, you will get priority registration, and you will be the first wave of students to register for classes. This is really important, if you're looking for a specific class, or if you want to take your classes with a specific instructor, or maybe you're looking for a very specific schedule. Maybe you want to take classes 2 times a week or in the mornings, or maybe you work full time and you need to take classes in the evenings. We want to ensure that you are able to select your major, select your schedule, and select your classes with priority registration. So it's important that you do that. And of course, you want to make sure that you register for classes once registration for classes opens, and obviously pay for your classes. So again, these steps are really important, and we will coordinate with your school to ensure that we're providing enrollment workshops for you and supporting you to ensure that you get priority registration as we move along. Any questions so far? Do we have any questions, Jessica or Laura?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Awesome. So some benefits of attending De Anza: it's definitely affordable and accessible for any student who's interested. Our cost is very, very affordable. It's $31 per unit. On average, a full-time student will pay about $400 per quarter. This is obviously without financial aid, but we'll talk about our Promise program shortly. For De Anza, it's definitely more affordable doing your first 2 years on our campus. Completing general education, definitely more affordable than going directly to a private school, a UC or a CSU. Our classes are very flexible. Our class schedule is very flexible. We have classes Monday through Friday, even some courses during the weekends. You know, our earliest classes start, I think, at 7 a.m. for our nursing students and then end about 10 p.m. So, you know, we definitely offer that flexibility for you to choose your schedule depending on your living situation. You know, if you work full time or have a family or have other, you know, commitments that you have to work through and, you know, need to have a very specific schedule, we definitely work with students on that. Our class sizes are very small. It's about 35 students on average per class. So very similar to your high school class sizes now. And we have a lot of support for our students. We want to ensure that you are prepared for transfer or to meet your academic goal on our campus, whether that's a certificate or an associate's degree. We have a lot of support for our students to ensure that you're academically prepared and that you're being successful with your academic goal. And of course, we offer you the freedom to explore different majors and look at different careers. We even have classes that allow students to explore majors on our campus and look at what your strengths are and narrow down different majors with our counseling classes. And I do want to mention that general education, you'll complete general education on our campus, same as you would do at a four-year institution. So the first 2 years of general education are the first 2 years that you'd be completed at any UC, CSU, or private school. And then after you complete your general education, you are definitely able to transfer if that's what your goal is. So certificates and degrees, the difference between certificates, and I will upload our degrees and certificate in the chat box shortly. So our degrees and certificates, we have about 67 associate programs. Those are 2-year programs. And then we have about 97, close to 100 certificate programs. Certificate programs are small programs that are really hands-on and train you in a very specific industry. So for example, automotive, photography. If you wanted to do a certificate, you can really complete a certificate in about a year, sometimes a couple quarters, and then you can go on to the workforce. Our Certificate of Achievement Advanced, those are a little bit more, about 27 plus units. Again, those are very hands-on and you complete those rather quickly. An associate's degree, on the other hand, is a 2-year program. Those are requiring a minimum of 90 units. A lot of our students actually do an associate's degree along with general education because associate's degree include general education. The difference in classes is maybe 4 to 5 classes between if you wanted to do an associate's along with general education. So that's a really great benefit. A lot of our students will do that even if they're thinking of transferring. I'll give you an example. If you wanted to do, let's say, business, you want to do business administration at San Jose State because they have an excellent business program. And you come to De Anza, you do your general education along with a business management program on our campus. And when you leave De Anza, you graduate and go over to San Jose State, you actually leave with that degree under your belt. So maybe you can start doing internships or start networking, building your resume because you have that associate's degree from our campus. And you can definitely do that while you're working on your bachelor's degree. So again, you don't have to do an associate's degree. If you wanted to do just general education for transfer, you can do that. But a lot of our students will do associate's degree, general education, and even certificates. You can build upon these different degrees on our campus. Any questions on the difference between certificates and associate's degrees? Okay. Some of our popular majors. So like I said, we do have a variety of popular programs on our campus. These are just some of the, and again, I'm going to upload the degrees and certificates flyer on the chat box shortly. But just to highlight some of our most popular programs, nursing is definitely very popular. We have a very robust nursing program. We have two programs actually. The first one is an LVN with the transition to registered nursing. So this is for licensed vocational nurses who are wanting to increase or enhance their degree to a registered nurse. And then, of course, we do have registered nursing standalone. For any of our incoming freshmen who are interested in nursing, you would declare registered nursing on your application. And like I said, it is a really popular program, but that also means that it's impacted. So we have a lot more students interested in our nursing program than we have room to take students. So the way nursing works is you will apply to De Anza, do your prerequisites for nursing. So that will include, your physiology, biology, chemistry, all those science classes. Once you complete your prerequisites for nursing, at that point, you apply to our nursing program. And from that point forward, there is a wait list of about a year and a half. So a lot of our students during this time will work full-time. If you wanted to work full-time, you can work on your general education if your ultimate goal is to transfer to a four-year institution for a bachelor's in nursing, or you can definitely do any of our health technology fields, which are small certificates to stay current in the industry. So like medical assisting or phlebotomy. So that is nursing in a nutshell. The great thing about nursing is that our nursing program is that they offer informational workshops throughout the year. So if you're interested in our nursing program, I definitely recommend that you attend one of their informational sessions. You can just go onto our website, deanza.edu, and type in nursing, and they'll give you all the information on the prerequisites, the application time period, applying, everything you need to know about nursing. So nursing, definitely one of our most popular ones. Automotive technology. We're nationally recognized for our automotive technology program. We have a variety of certificates and associate's degrees under automotive technology. We have a day program and an evening program. For our evening program, it's really designed for our working professionals in that industry that are maybe coming back to enhance a certificate or two. If you wanted to take classes, you definitely can. However, our incoming freshmen who wants to do associate's degree have to enroll full-time in the fall. We do have partnerships with Audi, Nissan, Ford, and Subaru. Once you are in our in our automotive technology program, these partnerships give you access to their employee training information online. And a lot of times we see that folks are coming and recruiting students from our automotive technology program to work in the different automotive industry in our area. So it's definitely a great program. Film and television is also very popular. Under film and television, we have animation, production, and screenwriting. Animation being the most popular one. We have a lot of students who are interested in doing animation at San Jose State, but can't get in, don't meet the prerequisites, and then come to De Anza, do prerequisites, and enhance their chances of getting into the animation program at San Jose State. We obviously have child development. So if you're interested in teaching, having your own child development center, we can definitely provide that, enhancing early childhood and mental health support for our students. We can provide that. For our students who are interested in engineering, we actually don't have a standalone engineering program. What we do have is our liberal arts with a focus in science, math, and engineering. So what you would do is you would come to De Anza, meet all your prerequisites for engineering, all your math and sciences, and then once you transfer, then you would do your specific engineering major. Okay, for any student who is not sure what major they want to do, then you can always declare liberal arts with arts and letters. That's general education. Once you start narrowing down your interests, you can definitely update your major and change it to your specific focus. Okay, any questions?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, so transfer. Our De Anza students, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of our students do transfer out to our four-year institutions. This is basically how transfer works for our students. Once you graduate Mountain View or Los Altos, you can come to De Anza, do general education your freshman and sophomore year, where you would be doing your general ed requirements, maybe some prerequisites, especially for those STEM majors. A lot of those majors tend to have a lot of prerequisites, and maybe some electives for your specific major. Once you're a sophomore and you've met at least 90 quarter units, you can either graduate with your associate's degree, go on to the workforce, or transfer to a four-year institution. You transfer as a junior, where you complete your junior and senior year at any of our local schools, or again, out-of-state schools, for your bachelor's degree. I always get asked about tagging with the UC. You can definitely tag from De Anza. However, you can't tag immediately. A lot of students are eager to tag with the UC of their choice. However, you need to complete at least 45 quarter units before you can tag with a UC. And that's usually after your freshman year. Okay, so this kind of covers transferring in just a few steps. So again, you do your freshman and sophomore year at De Anza, do your general ed, and then when you're a junior and junior standing, you can transfer to a four-year institution to complete your bachelor's degree. Just additionally on transferring, you need 90 transferable quarter units to be able to transfer to a four-year school. You transfer as a junior, and we do have tag agreements with 6 of the 10 UCs. The only UCs that don't participate in tag is UCLA, UC Berkeley, and UC San Diego. However, you're still able to apply to them. It's just that they don't have the tag program. For the CSUs, we offer what is called Associate Degrees for Transfers, and that is an AAT or an AST. So if you have a specific major, we have about 12 different tag agreements with, Associate Degrees for Transfers with the CSU. And I have those on the flyer that I'll be uploading shortly. You can apply to the CSU, declare this major right off the bat. So for example, like history, mathematics, kinesiology, you declare that right off the bat. And as long as you meet the curriculum, GPA requirement, then the CSU will guarantee you a spot in one of their 23 campuses. So again, associate degree for transfer is with the CSUs and tag is with the UCs. Okay, so you do your general education prerequisites, some elective units, and then you can transfer out to a four-year institution as a junior. Any questions on tag or transfer in general? Awesome. And like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of support programs on our campuses, and De Anza specifically. We want to ensure that our students are being successful, that they're meeting their goal, that they're passing all the classes, that they're receiving all the help they need in order to meet their educational goal. So whatever type of support you need, we definitely have it on our campus. Just to highlight a couple or a few, we definitely have our EOPS program, our Extended Opportunities and Programs and Services, which is designed for a first generation low income student. They provide additional counseling support. They have book vouchers. They have, when you are interested in transferring, they have application vouchers so that they can help you pay for those transfer applications. So if you think that you may qualify for our EOPS program, their application for the fall usually opens in June. You can find it on our website. This is an excellent program that can help you navigate the community college or De Anza system. Our students who are part of our disability support service, so maybe if you have an IEP or a 504 at your high school now and need, have a learning disability or a physical disability and need accommodations on our campus, we definitely will provide those for you. I do recommend that you keep any documentation that you have, you keep a copy of that. Once you apply to De Anza, you can reach out to our Disability Support Center and they can help you start that process. So whatever type of accommodation you need, we want to ensure that you continue that on our campus to ensure that you're successful at De Anza College. Both our EOPS and our disability support students are actually the first students to register for classes on the very first day when registration opens. So if you think you can qualify for these two programs, then please do so to ensure that you receive the support that you need. I'll talk about Promise in just a couple of slides as well. I do want to, that's a really important program that we have on our campus, and I do want to make sure that we highlight that. But aside from that, we also have counseling. For our students, we encourage our students to meet with our counselors at least once a quarter to ensure that you're updating your educational goal, that you're looking at all the classes that you need to make sure that you are either transferring or meeting your associate's degree. We have learning communities, different learning communities that help students take classes, specifically either English classes with a different cultural component, such as our Puente program, our Impact API, our Emoja, and our FYE program. So, if you need tutoring, we have our Math and Science Tutoring Center that offers tutoring for all our students, and definitely wanted to highlight our Math Performance Success Program. For any of those students like myself who, math is maybe not their strongest subject and you need extra help, our MPS program ensures that our students are receiving extra help in their math classes. And the way that works is you will sign up for your math class, and it has an added component of tutoring. The tutors are embedded in the class as well as after class tutoring to just, make sure that you're doing well in your classes, that you're doing well in your math tests and your math finals. And over 90% of the students who enroll in their math classes under MPS successfully complete their math sequence. So again, if you have a hard time with math, please make sure that you sign up for MPS. It's an excellent program on our campus. A little bit more about our transfer schools. These are our top UC transfer schools and our top CSUs. So in the CSU system, like I mentioned earlier, about 70% of our students transfer out to a four-year institution. Our 5 top UCs are UC Davis, UC Berkeley, UCLA, San Diego, and Santa Cruz. And then our top CSUs are San Jose State, San Francisco, East Bay, Sacramento, and Long Beach. So a lot of our local schools, but as well, throughout the state. We always encourage our students to get involved on campus. That's really a great way to really get to know your community, not only your community college, but your local community. If you are an athlete now and are interested in continuing that with our sports, we do have 19 sports competitive sports on our campus. So 10 for women and 9 for men. These are our sports here. Obviously, right now that we're, on a remote basis, our clubs, our teams are not competing, but hopefully when we're able to go back, these will resume. Aside from competitive sports, we have over 100 activity classes. So if you wanted to do, like yoga or, weight training, hip hop, we definitely have those classes available for you as well. We definitely encourage our students to be active in the community. We offer community service learning opportunities for our students, and we have over 70 clubs, active clubs for our students to be involved with as well. Our clubs are actually still meeting during this time. So if you're interested in being involved in a club or student government, you can definitely do that on our campus. Our campus is very diverse, definitely represents our Bay Area culture, and we have over 80 different countries represented on our campus. I did want to highlight our Promise program. So I don't know if any of you guys have heard the different promises that are going on at the community colleges throughout the state. Anza also has this opportunity for our students where some of the benefits of our Promise program is the first 2 years of tuition are completely free, as long as obviously you maintain eligibility. We also gave you a $1,000 book voucher to use towards books or supplies on our campus, free transportation with VTA, and also dedicated Promise counselors. So we have 4 dedicated Promise counselors that will help our Promise students navigate the Anza pathway. So if you're interested in transferring, our or interested in receiving a certificate, our Promise counselors will help you navigate that process. They have workshops and different activities throughout the year to ensure that you're building community, that you're getting to know them, and that you're being successful on our campus. Summer session is not included in Promise. So summer session is not covered financially, but if you wanted to enroll during the summer, you definitely can do that. Some of the requirements for our Promise program is that you are a first-time full-time college student on our campus, meaning that you're enrolling in at least 12 units or more, that you are a California resident or are an AB 540 recipient, and that you fill out our financial aid application, either the FAFSA or the DREAM application. So students who are filling out the FAFSA application are students who are US citizens or permanent residents. And our California DREAM application is for our Dreamer students or students who have received a Social Security through DACA. If you're not sure which application you should be filling out, you can definitely always reach out to me, talk to one of our counselors. I can definitely connect you with our financial aid office to help you fill out these applications. But it is a requirement of our Promise program that you fill out one of the 2 financial aid applications. Our Promise program is not income based, so it doesn't matter how much money your parents make. As long as you fill out the FAFSA application, you will qualify, obviously along with the other requirements. And we do not have a separate application. So all that the application that you will be filling out is just a financial aid application. So again, as long as you're a first-time full-time college student, you're a California resident or AB 540 recipient, and that you filled out the financial aid application and have listed De Anza as your attending school, you will automatically be part of our program, our Promise program. It's an excellent way to receive your first 2 years of tuition free. Okay, so we have come to the end of our presentation. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box now, or you can open your mic and I'll take any questions. If you think of any questions in the future, feel free to email me. My email is on the screen. And, we'll definitely help you in the future if you have any questions, or once you enroll at De Anza and you're a full-time student at De Anza and, you need help connecting with different folks